Hello everybody, welcome back to Hakuoki. We are in trouble. So we're going to fucking run away. If I remain here, I was sure that I would be caught. So I decided to run away from the room. My ear caught onto the chaos out front. I went running to the other side of the compounds. When I'd arrived at the inner yard, his voice is just so deep. So I finally found you, Chizuru Yukimura. You... Word has it that members of the Yase clan paid you a visit today. Demon clan of which Princess Sen is the head. Knew that already. I'm sure they shared many things with you. He talks so quietly. The audio design for this game, I think that it's not super amazing. You're a pure-blooded demon. Such a great honor. Living in the den of imitators does not suit you. The time has come for you to leave with me. What should I do? Fight him! I won't go with you. I unsheathed my kodachi, holding it a tad unsteadily in my hands, and assumed a stance. What is the meaning of this? Do you think you're a match for me? Well... Sanan! He looks weird with pale hair. She may not be fit. If you're looking for an opponent, you could fight me. Sanan emerged from the shadows, and he placed himself between Kazama and me. You think you could defeat me despite being a pale imitation of a real demon? Well, we will not find out unless we put it to the test. Isn't that right? Oh shit! Sanan getting serious. I'm not sure I've ever seen Sanan with his sword out. Also, let me make something clear to you. I am no pale imitation. I am a fury. And now, I'm going to give you a taste of the fury. Sorry, it's so funny. It's so dramatically funny. Sanan had struck Kazuma, but before I could even blink, Kazuma drew his sword and parried the jab. Looks like you're at least stronger than a human. But that's just it. I'll show you right now why I call you an imitator. No matter how hard you may try, you are nothing compared to the strength of a real demon. The exchange of glimmering slashes moved at a pace faster than my eyesight could follow. All I could make out was the faint reflection of light on their blades from the moonlight. To me, they appeared to be, dare I say, almost equal in strength. Sanan! But for a moment, it seemed as though Sanan had trouble with Kazuma's flurry of attacks. After stepping back, I'd realized that Sanan was covered in bloody cuts and gashes across his body. Sanan! This is nothing. Trust me. This was a testament to the power of the Furies. Sanan's open wounds were healing instantly. As Kazuma was watching, he tightened his lips. Chizuru Yukimura, watch as I bring an end to this fake. What should I do? What should I do? Trust Sanan. Okay. No! That one. Haha. I trust you, Sanan. Look, I Our love bubble is filling up. Thank you, Yukimura.
私は再び刀を握るために羅刹となったのです。
I became a fury so I could hold my own sword once more.
その力、今ここで存分に発揮しましょう。
I'm going to show you my power now. Ooh.
この羅刹の力をまがいものと呼んだことを後悔するがいい。
I'm going to make you regret underestimating the powers of the Fury.
まがいものは所詮まがいもの。偽物らしく刀のサビになれ。
A fake is a fake is a fake. So go on and waste away like you should.
鬼といえども、そう簡単にはサビにできないようですね。
Even though you're a demon, wasting you is going to be easier than you
ま
think.
がいものとはいえ、あなたと対等に戦えるということです。
So call me whatever names you want. I could still fight whatever powers you throw at me.
今度こそ本当に消し去ってやるぞ。
Grunt. You're boring me. Time to erase you from existence.
まだ本気ではなかったのですか。随分と余裕があるようだ。
Oh, so you weren't using all of your strength. You seem to be able.
では本気でかかってきなさい。私も本気で相手をしましょう。
How dare you speak to me like that, you worthless imposter. Then show me your true strength. I shall show you mine. Twang. The two moved a distance apart from one another. Uh-oh.
隊長、羅刹隊加勢します。
More fury. And this time they're not just the one guy, the same type guy. Commander Sanan, we're here for backup. A few warriors had arrived. All of them unsheathed their swords and surrounded Kazuma. They were furies. Oops. All of them had white hair and crimson eyes. Very well. I'll be rid of you fakes once and for all.
力を侮らないでもらいたい。
Quit underestimating the power of the Furies. Kazuma and Sanan slowly edged closer toward one another.
そこまでです。
Kazuma, you will stop there. I wasn't sure where he had come from, but Amagiri had appeared inside the inner yard.
止めるな。
Amagiri, don't stop me.
騒ぎが西本願寺に伝わりました。大事になる前にこの場を引き上げます。
The Nishi Hangwanji have been informed of our little visit. We must retreat before we are totally surrounded.
なければ勝手に帰れ。
Go home if you want.
それは困ります。今のあなたの立場を理解してください。
That is inappropriate. You should know when to back down.
この場は引いて。
Fine, I'll retreat for now. Kazuma replaced his blade into his sheath, and he shot a hateful glance towards Sanan.
このまがいものは後で必ず始末してやる。
I'll kill you all another time.
羅刹である私がお相手しましょう。
Then you can expect me to be there waiting for you. Kazuma and Amagiri, without struggle, easily leapt over the wall of the yard and disappeared.
羅刹隊は彼らの後を追ってください。
Members of the Fury Corps, after them! The warriors all dispersed from the inner yard upon Sanan's command. Finally, the compounds were silent once more. I was dumbfounded, and Sanan stood in front of me.
私は役に立ちましたか。
Was I of assistance? Yes, more than you know. Thank you. Sanan stared down at his left hand, and he began flexing his hand repeatedly.
でこその武士。私はまだ武士でいられるんですね。
A warrior is nothing without a sword. I am still a warrior. Sanan. I was taken aback by how vulnerable he must have felt in the moment, and Sanan spoke
私は
warmly.
報告に行きます。あなたは部屋に戻っていてください。
I'm going to leave and share my report. Return to your room. As he turned to leave, I watched as his silhouette was engulfed by the darkness till he was gone. After time passed to the following day. Good morning, everyone. Ah, good morning, Yukimura. Did you sleep well last night? Yes. Then why'd you fucking ask? You don't have to lie for our sake. We can see how well you slept by looking at your face. Look at it. What's his face? Starts with a Y, doesn't it? How's Shimada doing? Susumu Yamazaki. The hit knocked him out, but aside from some bruises, he seems to be fine. He'll be back on duty soon. Really? Oh, what a relief. Shimada wanted to apologize to you for not doing a better job. What? I'm the one who should be apologizing to him. Oh, morning, Isami. Uh-oh, what happened? You don't look to be in a good mood. You've got a scary enough face to begin with, Kondo. Look, you're even scaring her. No, I'm not scared. No need to hide it. You can admit that you're scared if you're scared. But I wasn't saying... Sorry about that. I meant no ill will. Forgive me. He gave me a tight grin, but then looked down, his face grim. Wondered what was the matter. He's acting different. Please don't apologize. Please just tell us what happened. Well, you'll find out soon enough, I suppose. He wasn't just talking to me anymore. The rest moved closer to hear what he had to say. Nishi Hangwanji doesn't want the Shinsengumi here anymore. They're telling us to leave, you mean? Well, they didn't say that in so many words, but yes. I had a feeling this day would come eventually, but now that it's here... What should we do? The monks at the Nishi Hangwanji temple were imperialists and allies of the Choshu. They'd never been fond of the Shinsengumi, but we had decided to force our way into their temple anyway. It was no surprise they wanted us out, but I'd finally begun to feel like the temple was my home. I was sure I wasn't the only one who felt that way. Still, this is awfully sudden. Do you think last night's incident triggered this? I don't have to think. I know. They don't want fighting on the temple grounds. I'm sure someone else has a hand in this too. Choshu maybe, or Satsuma. The ruckus last night was all because Kazuma and his men wanted to abduct me. I'm sorry. This is all my fault. Not true. We came to this temple and forced them to yield to our admittedly unreasonable demands. But what are we going to do? if we have to move, then we need to start looking for a new
それ
location.
についてだ
Actually, we don't.
な。移転先の敷地も屯所も全部西本願寺が用意してくれるそうだ。
We'll be provided with a new site, courtesy of the Nishi Hongwanji Temple. What?
おお、そりゃすごい。よっぽど我々に出て行ってほしいんだね。
That's awfully generous. They must really want us gone.
ここは素直に受け取っておいた方が良さそうだな。まあ、忙しくなる。
Yes, on both counts, which is why I decided to accept their offer. Things are going to get busy around here soon. A plot of land was purchased and a new compound was built, all paid for by the Nishihangwanji Temple. It became the third headquarters of the Shinsengumi, the Fudodo village location. That's super unimportant, thanks. In the new location, there was a big bath where a dozen or so warriors could bathe together, and even new dojos. The new warriors were clearly excited about it. By the time summer came, the Shinsengumi had left Nishihangwanji, where they'd spent more than 2 years. And she was just starting to think of this as her home, like, just recently? That's kind of weird, in my personal opinion, but whatever. July 1867. Knowing better than to stay, the Shinsengumi agreed to Nishihangwanji's request and transferred their headquarters to Fudodo. We had to travel south from the temple at Nishihangwanji to reach Fudodo village. Whoa! My first glimpse of our new home surprised me so much more that I had to stand there for a few minutes to take it in. Pristine and in working order, the huge compound sat proudly upon a fair-sized piece of land. There had to be so much space inside that, even after the rest of the men joined us, there would be room to spare. There was even a watchtower. It must have been comparable in scale to the daimyo's mansion, and the thought left me awestruck. This is our new headquarters?
ああ、その通りだ。これからはここが我ら新選組の本拠となる。
It certainly is. From now on, this is our base of operations.
広さも申し分ない。余計なやつの目もねえし、これからはいろいろと楽になる。
Definitely plenty of space. We won't need to tiptoe around any nosy fools either. Should make things easier. A stern look on Hichikata's face appeared to have vanished today. In fact, he looked to be in a pretty good mood. But his upbeat attitude was nothing next to Kondo's.
そうだ。雪村君はまだ屯所の中を見ていないのだったな。
Ah, that's right. You still haven't checked out the inside, have you, Yukimura? No, I haven't.
そうかそうか。ではせっかくだから俺が屯所を案内しよう。
That settles it then. How about I show you around? Huh? But you must be really busy with setting things up. You don't have the time. I wasn't sure it was such a good idea, but his smile was so infectious, and he nearly danced from eagerness. I felt my resistance crumbling. Ichikata's eyes slid to the side to watch his chief. He grinned wryly and
おと
shrugged.
なしく案内してもらっとけ。一条っていうには少々足りねえが、一国一条の主ってのは男の夢だからな。
Just let him take you around. It's not quite a castle, but every man dreams of being the head of a household like this.
近藤さんも誰かに見せたくてしょうがないんだろう。
Kondo's dying to show it off to someone. Okay, I'd be honored to have a tour, Kondo.
任せておいてくれ。
Great, leave it to me.
さて、まずはどこから案内したものか。クリアも風呂も実に広くてな。
Where should we start? The kitchen and the baths are really spacious, and every new house came with a certain sense of anticipation, and this one was no different. It was with building excitement that I stepped inside after Kondo, my head swiveling from side to side to take everything in.
さて、まずはやはり君の資質を紹介しておかんとな。
Alright, first things first. I think I should show you where you'll be staying. This is extremely boring. I just want to point out how boring this is. This is my room? The new mats on the ground filled the room with a fresh scent, and the sunbeams that danced inside brought warmth and a sense of peace. The door's design looked slightly fancier too, as if they wanted to give me a little extra something.
どうだろう。気に入ってもらえただろうか。
What do you think? Do you like it? Of course! I jumped to reassure him, and his smile widened when he realized I approved of their choice. But is all of this okay? I'm not a member, and yet you're letting me have such a grand
い
room.
やいや、気にすることはないぞ。今回の豚書は普通の大使も余裕を持って生活できる広さになっている。
Don't worry about that. We have so much space in headquarters now that every warrior will have plenty of room.
それに、御陵エイジが抜けて部屋にも空きがあるからな。
And, with the formation of the Guardians of the Imperial Tomb, we even have some vacancies. Oh. For a brief moment, Kondo's happy expression faded into a somber one. I had a feeling that he was thinking about Heisuke and Saito right then. I knew I was. I opened my mouth to say something, but before I could see his face cleared... But before I could see his face cleared, and he continued speaking.
ともかく広さについては心配ない。先方に
Oop,
も
shit.
女にも心苦しい思いをさせた。それに比べれば、ここは気兼ねなく暮らせるというものだ。
Anyway, as I was saying... Sorry. Anyway, as I was saying, we have plenty of space here. Nishi Hangwanji was big, but it wasn't a good place for a large number of warriors. Us being there was rough on them and everyone else involved. But now we're in a situation where we have significantly more freedom. You're right. We had only been borrowing space at all of the previous locations, Yagi and Nishi Hangwanji, and had to abide by the wishes of our sponsors. But now, I could only imagine the emotions swirling through Kondo and with this new place.
さてと、では次にどこを案内するとしようか。
Now, where next? What a room... Oops. What other rooms are here?
そうだな。お、そういえば、
He said,
今度の豚書には立派な道場があるぞ。ぜひ見てくれ。
Oh, I just remembered. This place has a fantastic training room. That is definitely our next destination. With a grin and a jaunty bounce to his step, he began to walk off, when suddenly he came to a halt, calling over his shoulder to me.
その前に少し寄り道をしていって構わない。
Oh, would it be alright if we stopped somewhere on the way? Question mark. Curious, I followed him through the maze of hallways until we reached. This is Okita's room? The interior looked a lot like mine, but there was something... It was hard to explain, but the room felt like him. Almost as if I could turn around and he'd be right behind me grinning.
ああ。しかし、掃除のやつはどこかに行ってしまったようだな。
Yes, though it seems Soji snuck off somewhere. I shouldn't be surprised.
部屋でおとなしく療養しろと言っておいたのに。
I keep telling him to stay put in his room. Ever since Okita fell ill, both Kondo and Hijikata had been keeping a closer eye on him, and often made time to see how he was doing. I realized that's why we had stopped in his room. Kondo was worried and wanted to mask it with a visit. You're a kind man, Kondo. You're always looking out for everyone.
そう言われると照れるが、掃除は大使の中で特別だ。
Now I'm a little embarrassed, but I admit Soji is a special case for me.
俺は掃除が9つの頃からずっとあいつの成長を眺めてきた。俺にとっては弟のようなものだからな。
I've known him since he was 9 years old, and watched him grow into the man he is today. He's like a brother to me. His voice softened and warmed. A faraway look came to his eyes. His fondness for Okita was obvious to anyone who bothered to pay attention. When he caught me looking at him, a smile on my face, he scratched his cheek and turned slightly red, chuckling.
おっと、いかんいかん。ここで話していては案内が終わらないな。それでは改めて道場に向かうとしよう。
Whoops, if we stand around talking here, we'll never make it through the tour. Let's head to the training room. Okay. We made our way down a few more hallways until Koto finally slid a large door open. Oh! The new training room was so spacious. 1 or 2 dozen warriors could easily train together with plenty of room to move around. It's so big, I can't believe it.
そうだろう、そうだろう。
It's amazing, right? The wood floor beneath my feet felt cool. It would have been relaxing if the room hadn't already been full of frenetic energy. Frenetic. Never heard of that word. Okay.
おお、気の早い大使たちが早速稽古を始めているようだな。感心感心。
Huh. Looks like some of the men were impatient to get started. Impressive. Perhaps it was the new location, but a number of warriors were eager to test the room's capabilities. The air was filled with the sound of bamboo sticks slapping each other and the scuffle and stomp of feet. One person in the crowd noticed us standing near the door. He separated himself from the group and approached.
おや、珍しい組み合わせだね。豚書の中を見て回っているのかい？
It's rare to see the two of you together. Are you getting a tour of our new headquarters? Yes. Good afternoon, Inoue. How goes training?
ああ、やはり新しい道場というのは気分がいいからね。
Practicing in a new location feels
そ
wonderful.
れに、外が雨でも鍛錬ができるのは実にありがたいことだ。
What's even better is the fact that we'll be able to train rain or shine now. Oh, that's right. Everyone had to practice outside back at the temple. Suddenly, Inoue flipped his practice stick over and extended the hilt toward Kondo.
どうだい、イサミさん。あんたも軽く汗を流していっては。
How about it, Kondo? Go burn off some energy with the men.
そうしたいのは山々だが、今は雪村君を案内しているからな。
I'd love to, but I'm showing Yukimura around right now. Oh, it's fine. Don't worry about me. I'll wait over here and watch.
そうか。では、お言葉に甘えて、少しだけ稽古でもしていくとするか。
Really? Okay then. I guess I'll take you up on your offer again. I'll keep it short. Striding into the throng of men, he was quickly surrounded by them as they all exchanged greetings. Before long, the training resumed. The intensity and difficulty exponentially increased now that their chief was among them. You did great, Kondo. You must be tired. Please sit and have some tea.
ああ、ありがとう。しかし、ずいぶん道場で時間を取られてしまったか。
Ah, thank you. I lost track of time back there. He took a seat in the new common room, which was centrally located for easy access by all members.
君にはすまないことをしたな。もっとゆっくりいろんな場所を案内してあげたかったのだが。
I'm sorry about that. I should have kept my focus, then I could have given you a better tour. It's alright. Today is only the first day we're living here. We can look around more anytime we want. I giggled and Kondo's lips curled up into a smile. For a few moments he sat quietly, savoring his tea.
いいものだな。こうして皆を迎え入れることができる家があるというのは。
This is a good thing. This house we have, it's ours. We have a home to welcome everyone back.
長年の夢がまた一つ叶った気分だよ。
It's like another one of my dreams has come true. Another?
俺は侍になってお上のために刀を振るうのが昔からの夢だった。
Yes, for as long as I can remember, I've always wanted to become a samurai and use my blade to serve the emperor. He took a sip of his tea and quietly sighed. His face was turned toward me, but his eyes were soft and unfocused, gazing into his memories. Memories of happier times. I didn't know much about the history of Kondo and the other Shinsengumi captains shared. Sometimes I'd catch one of the older men talk about the early days, and every time they'd wax nostalgic for the life they used to live. It made me sad that I'd only joined them recently and wasn't able to share in those happy, peaceful memories.
幼い頃は剣術の真似事をするたび農家の息子が剣を持つなんてと笑われたものだがね。
As the son of a farmer, my childhood was full of people chiding me for picking up a sword. They would always mock me, laughing at my foolishness. But you proved them wrong. You fulfilled your dream of being a warrior, right? The Shinsengumi had done their utmost to do everything in their power to keep the city of Kyoto safe. As their chief, Kondo's efforts had been finally recognized, and they'd been granted increased responsibilities by the shogunate.
ああ、その意味では俺の夢は叶った。
Yes, I suppose that's true in a way.
次は俺と同じような夢を持つ奴らに道を開いてやる。
So I want to be able to open a path for others like me who dream the same dream. How?
お上を敬う気持ちと剣の腕があれば身分に関係なく侍に取り立ててもらえる。新選組をそんな場所にしたいんだよ。
I want the Shinsengumi to be a place where anyone can become a samurai, regardless of their status, as long as they stay true to honoring their lord. Kondo. His feelings on the matter overwhelmed me. The Shinsengumi was the focus of all his energy. He cared deeply for every member, and every warrior who dreamed of the same thing he did. His bright smile faded.
ただ、侍を目指すという形だと、侍の立場が嫌で脱藩した長倉君や原田君には申し訳ないな。
However, if that's our ultimate goal, it would not be fair to Shinpachi and Sanosuke. They left that life a long time ago because they hated it. When his lips twisted up wryly, I couldn't stop myself from speaking. I'm sure they understand. Can I be one too? Okay. I was sure I couldn't guess at what Nagakura and Harada would think about it, but seeing Kondo sad was something my heart couldn't leave alone. Do you think I could do it too? I couldn't stop myself from blurting. Look how surprised he is. Blurting out the question. I'd felt useless around the Shinsengumi more than once. They'd always took the time to look after me, and I hated being so powerless. If I was a samurai, maybe if I had studied more than the basics of sword fighting, I would have been able to help them. Everyone's feelings towards the Shinsengumi, toward belonging to something important, had roused similar feelings in me. If, like you said, class and social standing have no bearing on becoming a samurai, then could I be a samurai too? His eyebrows shot up, but instead of dismissing me, he seemed to be considering it seriously. His voice was matter of fact when he replied.
君ならなれるかもしれないな。
Yeah, I think if it was you, you could do it. I heard no laughter in his tone. He was being sincere. But then Kodo shook his head slowly.
その気持ちだけで十分だ。
However, it's enough that you feel that
個
way.
人的な意見だが、君のような優しい子は普通の女の子に戻って幸せになってほしい。そう思う俺は。
You are a kind girl, and my greatest wish for you is that you will be able to return to a normal life and be happy. This is no life for you. A normal life. There was no doubt in his eyes that I would have that someday, and the smile he gave me was warm. I was at a loss for words. To think that he was so kind that he would wish my future was a happy one, despite my being a demon causing trouble for the Shinsengumi. Tears threatened to spill over, but I rapidly blinked, determined to hold them back. The hours passed, and soon enough night came. I had finished my cleaning and was taking a moment to rest in my room. A brand new headquarters, a new room. Our headquarters had changed and expanded, matching the Shinsengumi's growth itself. But increasing the number is not always a good thing. The more people there were under one banner, the less likely all of them would hold the same beliefs and ideals. Ah, sweet water. There would be differences and conflicting opinions, just like what happened with Ito and his men. But I didn't want the Shinsengumi to change. Kondo's dream sounded wonderful, and I could see it coming true because of the men that had surrounded him. With those thoughts in my head, my first night in the Fudodo headquarters slowly passed. That's nice. Okay. Without any music, that screen is super boring. November! And saving. I was thinking about going for another hour again, but I don't wanna. So we're not gonna. Whatever. It's my life. Thank you everybody for coming out and playing with me. I had a ton of fun. My voice is getting a little sore, so I'm gonna go shut up now. I'll see y'all next time. Bye!